Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to talk about She-Hulk Episode 8, Ribbit and Ribbit. And yeah, this was the episode I think a lot of fans were waiting to see, especially after we got a huge tease in, what was it, episode 4 or 5? And it was the one where we met the guy who was her tailor, right? The one who made the suits for her, including her superhero suit that she finally wore in this episode. Yeah, we were all waiting for. I feel like we should have just skipped to this episode, but we'll see how the final episode ends. Especially the way this episode ended, it's making me looking forward to the next episode and seeing how they wrap it all up in hopefully a nice, neat bow. So we'll see. But keeping on the topic at hand, that guy from that episode, the tailor guy, the guy who made her suit or her suits, he returns in this episode because Jen gets somebody in a frog suit, I forget, a leapfrog, who wants to sue him because his suit malfunctions. And Jen doesn't want to take it up, but Mr. Holloway forces her to, just like with Abomination. She kind of pushed her towards that, kind of twisted her arm to do it. He kind of convinces her, "Hey, maybe you can tell him, hey, maybe you can make a plea deal or something with him, so that way it won't be so severe." But he gets upset and says, "Forget it, Jen, I ain't making no more costumes for you or suits for you, dresses or whatever." And so this brings them to court. And who is his lawyer going to be? The guy who makes the suits and costumes and dresses? It is Matt Murdock. That's right. He comes into the courtroom, and I'm like a little nervous. I'm like wondering, how is he gonna act in this show? Because this show, it's very different from Daredevil. But they kind of pretty much kept Charlie Cox, the straight man, for the most part. He cracked a couple of jokes here and there, but it wasn't as excessive. You know, he wasn't like Tony Stark or Peter Parker. He was still the straight man. Just once in a while, he got to throw out a couple of zingers here and there. He got to have a little bit more fun, and but he was still the more serious guy in this episode. So, and I actually liked it. I thought it was really cool. It was very different from Vincent D'Onofrio's first time in the MCU when he showed up in the Hawkeye series. I kind of felt let down because I felt like they played Kingpin a little bit like a little bit of a goof. And not too much, but maybe it was the tone of Hawkeye that just threw me off a little bit with Kingpin. But I felt Charlie Cox's Daredevil worked a lot better here than Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin in Hawkeye. That's just how I feel. I really did love his interaction with Jennifer Walters. I think Tatiana Maslany and Charlie Cox, they played off each other really well. There is a huge question looming now for Daredevil fans. If you're a fan of the Netflix show, you know, at the end of the episode, him and Matt and Jen start making out and end up sleeping together. What does that mean for Karen? Is Karen Page still coming back with the same actress returning for the Daredevil Born Again series? I don't know. Maybe Karen and Matt are taking a break. We don't really know yet how official the Netflix shows are canon into the MCU right now. I'm looking at them as loose connections right now. They'll probably pick and choose what they want to remember or what they want to borrow from that series. But right now, if you're someone that was kind of concerned, like, why is Matt cheating on Karen? Maybe this version of Daredevil isn't with Karen yet, right? So we don't know. We're hoping those two actors that played Foggy and Karen are going to return also, because they are also what made that Netflix show entertaining. But if Marvel wants to go in a different direction, obviously Kevin Feige's the boss. But hopefully Feige seems to be listening to the fans so far. If you're bringing back Vincent D'Onofrio and you're bringing back Charlie Cox, and rumors have it they tried to bring back Kristen Ritter for the Daredevil series, and now might be bringing back John Barenthal as the Punisher. It seems like they're listening to the fans pretty well, and hopefully, I think the Daredevil series, if you're someone that didn't like this take of Daredevil because he was too lighthearted, I think the Daredevil series will be a little bit more darker and more serious. I think it will be more in line with what Falcon and Winter Soldier, the Captain America franchise is. It will be more darker and a little bit more serious. But obviously, just like Marvel intends, there will be that Marvel humor that will sprinkle through, but to a lesser extent, more in line with the Captain America trilogy. If you look at the Captain America movies, they're more serious compared to like Guardians of the Galaxy or Thor, Ragnarok, etc., or even She-Hulk for that matter. So I think Daredevil, so far, his debut, this is his real debut, let's face it. His cameo in Spider-Man was fun, but it was just a cameo. This is where we actually get to see Daredevil, and I think it was a lot of fun. So I'm gonna leave it at that. We then get to the end of the episode where we see, oh, the episode's not over, and Jen even points that out, where it's like, okay, well, we got a little bit more time left. Let's go to this party gala where I'm gonna get an award. She does, but then something happens. The video starts getting interrupted, and people start putting up some pictures, and that gang, that website that they found like 2 episodes ago, they start putting up this video and pictures of her making out, and not so pretty pictures that can ruin her image, and it makes Jen angry, where she actually does lose control. And I thought this was interesting because this is clearly setting up for the final episode, and it was something that Bruce actually warned her about, that hey, you could lose control one day, don't be surprised. And it looks like what Bruce's warning was in the first episode is now coming to frustration. So it will be interesting to see how they wrap everything up with this, and how badly damaged Jen's career is going to be after she lost a little bit of control. Now, I don't think smashing a TV screen is that bad. It's not like she damaged the city like Bruce did in The Incredible Hulk, or even Age of Ultron, or destroyed one of the helicarriers in the first Avengers movie. She only smashed a television. I think that's fine. I don't think she'll pay for the damages, I'm sure. Lawyers get paid pretty good. So I think she's cool. I think she should be fine. But knowing the show, they're going to heighten the drama up. And even though this show is a comedy, I think they're going to heighten the drama up for the last episode. So I think we'll see how it all wraps up. I think Bruce is going to come back and help her. But I think the show is still going to make sure that Jen is going to be the hero of her own show, which is what she should be. You know, it's fun to see Wong. It's fun to see Daredevil. It's fun to see Bruce come. And I think they want to tie up wherever Bruce went. I think that's going to be something that they're going to leave. They'll hint to where Bruce will be seen next, and possibly even her cousin Jen now too. I want to see where both of them might be ending up in the future. So with that being said, comment below and tell me your thoughts on the episode. If you're someone that loved the Netflix Daredevil series, what did you think of Daredevil's portrayal here? I think it was just as good as it was. Like, Charlie Cox still has it, man. He just gets to have a little bit more fun now because he's in the MCU. And there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of fun. The Daredevil character in the comics is not always brooding. There's versions of him that's brooding and dark. But the character has also cracked a couple of zingers here and there in the comics as well, and animated stuff. So don't act like he's just like Batman. He's not. And even Batman can say a little zinger once in a while too. Just watch Adam West. So with that being said, I hope you guys like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. And until next time, everybody, take care.